Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with InsideTheU, back here for the final day, day 4 of the NFL Scouting Combine here in Indianapolis. Today there were no interviews. This morning, all it was offensive linemen going through the workout. And look, Francis Mauigoa did not participate in any workouts today, but I think he's going to be the top offensive lineman in the draft. Checked in, though, at 6'5", 329 pounds, and there's a little bit of question with his arm length, but it was just over 33 inches, and he has said, look, he'll play guard or tackle at the next level. I think he can do both. It just depends on where he goes and kind of the best fit, but it was good kind of watching Francis out here with his group. Although he didn't go through any of the drills, he did do a little bit of the stretching with his group. I felt like it maybe felt a little awkward that he was just standing there watching, but it was good just seeing him stretching it and kind of being out here at the stadium. And then he had the second group. So the first group was Miami offensive linemen Markeel Bell and Enz Cooper. Enz checked in at 6'6", 334, really good measurements, I think, out of him. And I thought he looked good in the position drills. I thought he did a good job. Whether it was the wave drill or the long pull, I just think Enz did a good job out here. And I think he's going to be someone to kind of pay attention to in the draft because of his size, his experience, that toughness. I really like his mentality. Had a chance to ask him about that yesterday because we've seen him. We've watched Enz. We see him talking to opponents during the middle of plays and all these things, really showing a lot of personality. I just really have always enjoyed watching Enez's competitive spirit. But look, Markeel Bell checked in at 6'9", 346 pounds. He actually played this past season around 358. And it was reported by Daniel Jeremiah that this is the third tallest player at the Combine since 2003. And anyone that's been around Markeel, it's clear to see that he's 6'9", he's got great size. And look, I thought he did a really good job out here. And he actually ran the 40. He was the only Hurricane this week that participated in any sort of testing. All the other guys are going to wait till March 23rd on the Pro Day. A lot of them were saying that just because the season went so long, that they haven't had as much time to prepare for this kind of event or prepare for testing, and it is a lot different. Look, another player I had mentioned earlier had said that this transition as they prepare for the combine and testing, they kind of turn into a little bit of a track athlete in terms of the testing and all the techniques. So a lot of those guys are going to do it, but Markeel came out here, ran a 40, first time out runs a 5.5, and then his second run runs a 5.36. The 1.85 10-yard split. And I thought he looked good running down the line. And I thought Markeel looked good in the drills as well. And look, I've obviously seen Markeel throughout his time at Miami, but being there in Alabama, watching him at the Senior Bowl, watching him out here at the Combine, and I'm not sure where a lot of other people have him pegged, but I just believe he's going to be a high pick. I do. And I know that's not really the consensus, but I think I could see him in the second round. And I know that's very high, but just, again, watching him, seeing his size and just what he's able to do, I think he also has upside. I think somebody's going to take a chance on him. I think he's going to be a high pick. I'm very interested to see kind of the discussion around him moving forward because, again, I just think he has a chance to be a really high pick based on things I've seen at these events. You kind of watch him out here and just looking at the other tackle prospects, but I know that's not the consensus, but just kind of keep your eye on Markeel as things kind of continue to go. But it was great watching him out here, and he's certainly excited about this opportunity and everything. And he's a guy that's been working out in Texas, as I've mentioned, but just overall it was a productive day for him, a productive event. And Markeel and Enz have been close in their time at Miami, and they've actually been roommates here in Indianapolis, so that's good to hear. As we've heard other guys, Keontae Scott and Jacoby Thomas, really close bond while at UM. They're 1 year, but they were roommates out here in Indy as well. Just a few other quick notes. Once again, good to see Reggie Wayne back out here again as part of the NFL Network broadcast team, and he talked about he actually got a question from a fan asking if he was more anxious before his first game or his last game while at Miami, and he kind of shared a little bit of memories, but he said he was true freshman playing that debut against Baylor. He recalled that, as well as his last game of his career against Florida in the Sugar Bowl back in his hometown, New Orleans, and he did say that they should have been in the national championship game. I think everybody remembers that 2000 team as it really, kind of vaulted everything for 2001, and that's what you're hoping how everything goes with this year's Miami Hurricanes, losing the national title game and they're obviously hoping they can build on that for next season. And just a little quick note about that, Carson Beck did say he wishes Darian Mensah all the best and all the success. He's definitely rooting for him as well as everybody, but just I thought it was good to kind of hear Carson say that as they kind of turn it over to another really good quarterback at UM. Had a chance to see other former Hurricanes here. Greg Olsen, as I mentioned, I was at an event where he spoke about the analytics of football. That was great to kind of chat with him a little bit. So definitely stay tuned to the website and the channel for more stuff on Greg. Also, kind of just in passing, walk by former Hurricane AJ Highsmith, who's in the scouting department right now. So he was out here. Good to kind of see him continuing on with his career. I know Glenn Cook, assistant general manager of the Cleveland Browns, was out here, as well as Dan Morgan, the general manager of the Carolina Panthers. So certainly good to see former Hurricanes as well as these the draft hopefuls, certainly. So again, Pro Day, March 23rd at Miami. Definitely looking forward to seeing how all these guys perform then. It's going to be a big day because a lot of them didn't do stuff. Most of them didn't do stuff this week. So they're all kind of putting everything in there, and definitely looking forward to seeing how that goes March 23rd. The week before is when spring ball starts up. So definitely want to thank everybody for watching these videos and these updates. I'm going to get going, but definitely appreciate everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Have a good rest of the day and take care.